Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and I found myself in the high-end, custom shop room here at Thoman's Gearhead University. I'm in the vault. When you close the door, people can't open it. There's a lock that can only be unlocked from the inside. It's pretty incredible. They are serious about this room. So anyways, I'm gonna shoot out a couple guitars and try to decide which one I would buy if I was in the market for a guitar that is worth more than my car. That's right, I drive a Nissan Sentra. No big deal, it's probably worth about 3 grand right now. This guitar that I'm holding is worth 6,000 euro. It is a Gibson Les Paul Standard 1959 green limo fade, VOS 60th anniversary custom shop. It's got a diamond logo, 1959 to 2019, with an actual diamond in it on the control plate. That is bananas. They're taking it seriously with this guitar. The way I picked this Les Paul over all the others, because there's probably a dozen or so in here, is I went down the line and I strummed the strings open just with my thumb, and the one that stood out the most was this one, so that's how I picked it. I picked it on kind of its acoustic qualities unplugged versus just picking it on looks, because I probably would have picked one of the cherry bursts or the tobacco bursts over there. I mean, this lemon is attractive, but it just jumped out as far as tonality goes. So let's see what it sounds like. I'm gonna put it on a clean sound. We're on the bridge pickup. Gibsons have such a unique feel, especially Les Pauls. Just something about how the strings lay across the fretboard is different. I know that sounds crazy. Especially on the high E string, just the way your finger wraps around the edge of the fretboard to that high E is a really unique feeling to me. Let's try the neck pickup. There's just I love cheap guitars. You know that about me. I always mess around with cheap guitars. But when you pick up a really nice guitar, there is this pleasure factor that you just can't measure. You can't say what it's coming from, but there's something about the extra work, the extra skill that goes into building a guitar of high value, that becomes high value because of the work that goes into it, that just results in some other kind of pleasurable experience than you get from just playing a standard affordable guitar. Maybe it's just the thrill of it. The thrill of touching something that you're not supposed to touch because you're a peasant. And the guitars in this room definitely make me feel like I'm a peasant, that's for sure. Let's try some drive. High gain. You're really not getting any of the character of the guitar when I do that. Here's some lighter gain. It sounds that different from anything else I've played. It sounds like a humbucker guitar. But there's just something about the build of it that's so pleasurable. Let's move on to the next one I have here. I've got a PRS. Last year I played a PRS that was worth like 30 grand or something stupid like that. How much is this one? A conservative price at $3,699 compared to that 30 grand one. It's got like a denim look to it. It blends in with my jeans very nicely here. I mean, matchy matchy, right? Perfect for those of you trying to complete your Canadian tuxedo look. No push pulls or anything like that. You've got a Strat style bridge here that looks very premium, very high tech looking. Those pretty open gear tuners that were on that really expensive one I played last year. What does it say about this? DGT Moons FW. It's all in German. Yeah, I have no idea what it's saying. Okay, here we go. Here is the bridge pickup. Well, I think right away that the Gibson's a lot better because it's in tune. Don't buy a guitar that's out of tune, guys. I'm joking, of course. All right, I'm gonna go back to the clean channel. This must have a bunch of output because it's pushing my clean channel into dirt. It's clipping my recorder. That's part of the problem. Yeah, this thing must have some hot pickups in it. A pleasure to play. Absolute pleasure. I feel like there's a more natural feel to the Les Paul versus this. It is a more modern feeling neck with tall frets and a modern shaped neck profile, but it's very pleasurable. I feel like with expensive guitars, you really hit maximum playability with guitars once they hit like $1,000, $1,200. It doesn't really get much better with most guitars when you hit that price point. And everything past that is all for the player as far as like a pleasure factor goes. Like the tonality is debatable. The playability is debatable. If you buy a $1,000 guitar and it's not hitting like really close to maximum playability, there's something wrong. But you push farther and farther into the multiple thousands of dollars and you just keep increasing this pleasure factor that I keep referencing, that I don't know how to define it. It's all the little details adding up, just the way the frets are dressed. Someone spending real time picking the exact piece of wood that they think will resonate the best or something like that. Trying out a bunch of different pickups. I don't know. I don't know how people build guitars. I've never done that. It's already falling out of tune though. That's a mark on the scorecard against the PRS. It just needs a little bit of grease in that nut. And it needs someone better at playing guitar to play it. That's really the biggest problem with this guitar right now, is that I'm not good at playing guitar. All right, that's been the bridge pickup. Let's check out the neck. Nice and smooth. Sometimes neck pickups just go dark. This one went warm and smooth, and it's not muddy. I gotta tune this thing and then we'll try some high gain stuff. Here's some crunchy drive. High gain sounds now on the bridge. Neck pickup. Next up, one that I picked purely on looks alone. This Fender Telecaster here. Beautiful, relic red metal flake. Shiny, 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 blastable lens with that reflection there. You know I love this metal flake. I even like the relic on this. This is a nice kind of like, man, I don't know even how to describe it. I wouldn't call it a natural relic. I think it's too far to be a natural relic. But I'm gonna say it's a sincere relic. There's little bits and chips here and there. It looks like this guitar wasn't supposed to have a metal flake finish on it, and they didn't use guitar paint, and it suffered the consequences. The paint just chips a little bit too easily. There's not enough clear coat on it to hold it all in, so it just chips here and there. And you've got, like this kind of like cracked temperature sort of distress going on across the whole guitar. And of course the relic on the neck, kind of oil finish on the back of the neck here. Nice full feeling neck right off the bat. I wonder if it's in tune. Let's find out. Close enough for me. Backwards control plate here. So you have your knobs up front and your switch in the back. I accidentally just pulled the switch tip off of probably a very expensive Telecaster. $4,000. Fender Limited Relic Caballo. Tony Leggiero Aged Red Sparkle electric guitar. It's very pretty, very handsome. Let's see how it sounds. Twangy, that's not a surprise. A little bit out of tune, or it's just the player, I don't know. Here's the neck pickup. Something I'm really noticing is that when you get like a really high-end guitar in your hands and you throw it on the neck pickup, they're just selecting pickups that have this clarity to them. They don't get muddy. They're smoother, they're warmer, obviously, but I don't feel like I just went into mud. I mean, maybe it's the fact that it's a TV Jones, like, electromatic style pickup here. Filtertron style is what I was trying to say, not electromatic. Jeez Louise, Ryan. Middle position. I love the single ply pickguard on here. It looks like some sort of cherry soda theme here, just like cherry cream, ice cream or something. That flat single ply pickguard against this sparkle, beautiful glitter red. You know I picked this just for the looks, right? It does sound good though, and the neck feels really nice. Let's get some dirt on here. I'm gonna say I think that twangy sound is gonna cement this as the one that I would buy. That's just where I live. And the finish is not hurting at all. Let's throw it on the surf setting. Ah, it needs a Bigsby. Oh, it feels like the choice is just too clear. This is the winner. It was, you know, I think the Les Paul is the runner-up just because it's so classic. It's such a iconic feeling guitar. And the PRS, it's a wonderful guitar. It's a fantastic player. High quality sounds from that. High gain sounds from it. Lots of punch from those pickups. But it's just a bit too modern for me. I feel like I don't need that modern feel, that modern playability in my life. I like to look backwards a little bit, which is making me feel like, do I sound like a snob right now? I lean into like retro rock stuff, you know, surf and whatnot. It makes sense. Oh, I didn't even notice this bridge. Oh, I'm gonna have to take a picture of that. These saddles are really interesting. I've never seen that before. They're like rounded on the edges of the saddles. I'll get a nice photo of that. And the middle saddle is split in the middle in a really interesting way for your intonation. I like this. I like this guitar. I would hang this on my wall and then I would pick it up and I would legit play it. I would legit gig this guitar. I think that's really the measure of which one to pick. It's which one I would legit gig. And yeah, I'd totally drag this out of the house and play it at gigs, even though it's definitely worth more than the car it would be stored in when I'm driving it around. I'd have to insure the guitar more than I have to insure the guitar. I mean, I'd have to insure the guitar more than I'd have to insure the car. I don't know where I was going with that. Let's try some fuzz and get the heck out of here.